Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Crusader 5.5-inch SP, the Tier 7 British SPG, located on the north spawn of Mines. It's under the command of zin1983, and he's got the stock gun, the 4.5-inch howitzer. Well, this actually is a fake tank because it never actually existed. And in fact, there's no proof that they actually intended to ever make an Arty out of a Crusader tank, but in theory it's possible they could have actually done it. Now, the 4.5-inch howitzer is the same gun that you'll find on the Burt, the FB304, and also on the Top Gun on the Bishop. Now, it's capable of 450 alpha, penetrating through 28mm of armor, and it's got a 270 meters per second shell speed. But the best thing about it is the fact that it's also got a very fast reload compared to other tanks. Nice direct hit there on the KV2. Now, the standard reload for this Arty is 11.51 seconds. You can see that Zin's got it down to 9.73. Now, he pulled back there because an enemy tank was coming up from the South Island. At least he saw it. But now he's going after the Strip 74. Got a direct hit. No, he's looking away after he shoots, which of course we say is a big no-no because you miss out on seeing these enemy tanks damaged by his shots. That's a good one. You see, he didn't look away there, and he did get a penetrating shot. The Strip took 484 hit points of damage. That's a high roll. Looks away and gets a kill shot that time. The Strip's gone down, and that's his first kill of the game. Okay, now we're going for a T26E4. See what he can do with that. Well, first shot is another hit. 195 hit points. 2 critical hits, and the T26 doesn't like getting fired at, so he's pulling back. Well, he's realised that if he pulls back, he gets shot from the middle island. So he's actually decided to pull forward again. But Zin's not letting up, but he is pulling away every time he fires, so you don't get to see what's actually going on. Rounds up. Yeah. Got a near miss there, but he's now moving forward. Now, this Arty is unusual in it drives backwards. Yes, it actually has the gun facing back, which means you can take on and attack enemy tanks that are chasing after you. And if you've actually had a lot of experience with the Crusader 5.5-inch SP, then you more than likely killed an enemy tank that was chasing you. And I've certainly done it, and it was very funny indeed. Okay, he's looking at these SU-130PM and an M4A3E8. He said it's a Tier 8 game with Tier 6 tanks in it. So he's got some higher tier tanks there. He's just lining up the next shot, waiting for the guys to pull forward. Now, if that SU-130PM drives through the field of fire, then he could seriously damage that SU-130PM. He might even be able to penetrate it, because of course it does have very thin armor. Now, if this Tiger chases that SU-130PM around the rock, he might actually be able to get a pen shot. Now, you guys sit back, the E8 goes down. Now, he fires around in the SU-30. Yes, he got him! He wiped him out, 323 hit points. That must be a penetrating shot, albeit a low roll, but he has got a kill of that one. So 2 kills now. Now, almost ran into the Burt, but he's chasing the enemy down. In fact, there is another enemy tank on the South Island. It's an AMX 12-ton. He's just setting himself up so he can shoot. As I say, this thing drives forward faster, drives in reverse faster than it goes in forward. 14 kilometers an hour forward, 43.5. Oh my gum, he killed it. Let's have a look at that again. Okay, drives up to the spot, sets himself up. 1 shot it took to kill the AMX 12-ton, albeit that he had actually taken some damage already. He lines up the shot, lets it settle, Let's just settle rounds out. Right on top of him. Absolutely superb shot. And there's only two enemies left. One of them's an Arty, the M12. The other one is a Basotto. And he's just platooned with the Skoda T56, who's also got 3 kills. So they could be a brothers in arms. Now, just stay alive, both guys. There's the Basotto. He's just gone. And the M12 has just been wiped out. And that's the end of the game. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first-class tanker for zin1983 in the Crusader 5.5-inch SP. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 15, and he also got a brothers in arms because he was in platoon with somebody else who also managed to get at least 3 kills along with himself. His win rate was 5,042, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a quick look at team score. Well, he actually managed to get the highest damage in the game. Some of his shots were incredibly accurate, especially that one on the AMX 12-ton, which is, well, it was frankly quite incredible because the guy was hiding very, very tightly to the rock, but the shell still came down right on top of him and completely wiped him out. 2,340 hit points went to zin1983, and 2,225 hit points went to the Skoda T56, who ended up being his platoon mate. When it came to kills, it was the Skoda who did the best. He got 4 kills in the end. 3 kills went to Zin, and then 2 kills went to the Brask and the Type 64. And when it came to base XP, it's Zin who got that one. 924 to him, 842 to the Skoda, and 798 to the Type 64 on their team. Now, have you noticed anything special? Yes, it was a 15-0 victory, and it was a fairly fast one as well. Let's have a look at the detail report. Well, 16 shots fired, 9 direct hits, 4 penetrating shots, and 11 splash in that game. 2,340 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 848 hit points of damage assistance. And the game lasted only 4 minutes 26 seconds. Well, it's not quite the winning one in our fastest 15-0 victory, but it's certainly a very good one and worthy of note. If we look at the credits, we can see that on a free-to-play account, he actually earned 20,714 credits from the game, and he also took away 924 XP because there was no bonuses from that one. But let's have a quick look at those scores. Well, he actually got 2 penetrating shots on the Striv 74, 840 hit points in total earned off that guy. He also got a penetrating shot on the AMX 12-ton, not really surprising, that one. And yes, he did penetrate the SU-130PM because that one went straight through for 427, which was everything the guy had left. So you can see, even with these light-skinned vehicles, he was having a lot of fun. But this is not the only game he played, because directly after Zin finished this game, he started another one. And you're about to see the results of that game. And the second replay is on the south spawn of Lakeville. Now this is a tier 9 game with tier 7 tanks in it, so he is bottom tier. And the more damage he does on the tier 9 tanks is actually going to earn him more XP than usual. Of course, you get a 10% bonus for every tier higher than your own tier. And yes, so it should be fairly good fun here. Okay, ELC Evan 90 has appeared across the lake near the town. And he's trying to hide behind the rock, which is the worst possible place because, of course, yes, this Arty has the tendency to fire over the top of rocks and take out the enemy that's sitting behind them. Well, he appears to have moved away from that rock, so he might have gone into the bush, fires another one in, and pulls back immediately afterwards. So we didn't get to see what actually happened to that shell. He might have actually hit the enemy while he was unsighted, but of course we miss out on that. Unfortunately, even as much as you tell the players that this is happening and it's actually disappointing viewers, they will continue to do what they do, even if it does disappoint people. And we do say, if you do buy your game the way you want to play it, then obviously we might not be able to carry your videos. So Zin is still firing, and you can see he's actually has damaged the turret of the M2Y. Got a nice round near where the commander would normally sit. Well, actually the commander's from the cupola, so I think that might be where the gunner is located, or the, would it be the loader? No, it's the gunner, definitely the gunner. Fires another one and pulls back behind the tree, so we don't even get to see what he did there. Okay, he's going for a Hori 1 now. Rounds out, looks away. Yes, it's very disappointing when you do this. Well, we can see where one of the enemy Arty is located. There's two on the enemy team. They've got a Crusader SP and an M12. Decided to go after the M3Y. Rounds out, looks away, so we don't even get to see. Well, we can see that he did get a critical hit, but we don't know where the shell actually hit the M3Y. Fires at the M2Y and again looks away. That M3Y there is a one shot, rounds out, and he does look back, but we don't see a kill. You can see the tracer coming from the enemy Arty. He does get a hit there, and it looks like one of our teammates in the M12 just fired a round at the enemy Arty, and I think he got a hit because we didn't see an explosion. Okay, trying to get the M3Y. It's the one he fired at before. Oh, it's not the same one. There's the one he fired at before. That one has got very few hit points, only 14. Trying to get the T-44, misses him. And now they decided to push, well, the T-44 pushed, but unfortunately it didn't work for him because he had to pull back because his teammates didn't go. Okay, he's lining up another shot on the M2Y. Yeah, it's got some splash there. And the T-44 gets really nuked there. That was the VK7501K who got him. Oh, he finally got the kill on that M2Y. It was an M3Y rather. So he's now got just the one kill. Now, keeping an eye on what's going on in the town, is they're actually coming out the other side. It looks like our team have actually done rather well there. M2Y. Keeps looking away, and you miss out seeing what's actually going on after he does that. Dialing in on the cupola, and finally he kills the M2Y. But I have to say to Zin, if you keep looking away like this, it completely ruins the whole purpose of the video, which is to see how well you do when you hit the enemy tanks. And we know it's a psychological thing because, you know, we know that you don't look away all the time. You only look away sometimes. So it's obvious that you're pulling away or looking away simply because you're actually psychologically scarred at hurting the enemy tank. You don't want to be hurting an enemy tank in an Arty. I know that sounds funny, but it's true. And in fact, actually, it's the reason why they asked American troops to play video games, because of course you've got no qualms about killing a trooper in a video game, but you certainly would have if you were having to face them up front. And that's why they always try and get you to play video games or watch you play them, simply because it actually increases your decreases your reluctance to actually shoot at the enemy. Well, he's come up to the pass because now he wants to get shots at the last remaining enemies. There's only 5 of them left, and our team are now moving up from the town. Oh no, that wasn't good. Our VK7501K just got taken out by a Su-130 PM. So yes, maybe you need to sit here and let your teammates do the spotting. Enemy Super Hellcat coming into sight. Oh, he's very close, and we're probably going to get spotted. Now, he's going to have to look now when he shoots at them, because otherwise he won't be able to get a hit. And in fact, we see where the Su-130 PM is, and he might get spotted. Be careful. And there's the enemy Arty. Well, no problem there shooting that guy, but then that's because he's an Arty. And most tank players who have a problem shooting at other tanks in an Arty have no problem shooting at Arty with another Arty. Now he's going to have to shotgun this guy in the Super Hellcat. No problem there. Yes, that was quite an effective shotgun. Now that SU-130PM is a one-shot. He's just around the corner. Is he going to try and take a hit? Well, the SU-130PM hasn't tried to take us out yet, but he is a one-shot. Now, do we go up and above or we go round? The wrecks on the ground are a bit in the way. Oh, he's gone. And that's the last kill of the game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was a first-class tanker for zin1983 in the Crusader 5.5-inch SP. He got a fighter badge in that game for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he ended up with 4 exactly, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 12, and his win rate from the game was 5,623, which is super unicum and a bit more. And he did have a few hairy moments, including that super Hellcat coming around the corner, but he was well able to deal with the shotgun on that guy and deal with him. In fact, the best shot, I think, was that one on the M12. On the fly, he managed to catch him and took him out of the game. It was a nice, a nice bang-on impact to take the guy out. But I still have a problem with him looking away after he shoots. I wish he wouldn't do that, because it really does make it difficult for us to do these replays. And I must say, as I've said to other people, if they continue to do this and look away after they shoot and we can't actually see what's going on, then we just disqualified the replays because we can't broadcast them. We can't show something where somebody sends in a replay and all we see is a brief moment where they fire and then they look away and look somewhere else. It's just not on. It's people complain about the fact that they can't see what's happening. And so, Zin, I have to say to you, please do not do it in future, because if you do, I won't even do the replay. I'll just notify you that it's being rejected, and any further replay from you will be rejected simply because we can't broadcast things which we can't see is happening. So there you go. But apart from that, he actually did rather well in the game, and these were consecutive games, as you can see, because the first one actually took place at 0:57, and the second one took place about 9 minutes later. So you can see they were consecutive games, but at least he got first-class tankers out of both of them. We look at the team score. We can see he actually got the second highest damage in the game. The highest scorer was the T55A, 2,827 hit points. 2,132 went to Zin, and 2,079 went to one of the M3Ys on the enemy team. When it came to kills, it was Zin. Yes, he got 4 kills in that game. 3 kills went to the SU-130PM on the enemy team, and then there's a whole bunch with 2 kills each. And when it came to base XP, he got that one as well, 1,008, which means he got the top in kills, top in XP, but he got second place, or was it third place? Second place on hit points. So not a bad game in that one. 27 shots fired, 16 direct hits, 2 penetrating shots, 19 splash. Damage of 2,132 hit points, of which 1,778 were at more than 300 meters. The close shots were really on the M12 and the Super Hellcat, and I believe both of those were the ones that he actually penetrated in the game. Yes, the M12, he got him for 53 hit points. The Super Hellcat, he wasn't the one he penetrated on that game. Was it the ELC Evan 90? Yes, it was the ELC who took a penetrating shot for 455, which turned out to be a high roll under these circumstances. So he also spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 4, and got 73 hit points of damage assistance. And he earned a profit of 14,965 credits for the game and 1008 experience points. But please, please, please do not send in replays where you keep looking away, because otherwise we will have to reject them. So there you are. If you enjoyed those replays, please give them a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.